Hey Lala and hey Ari, how are you guys doing? Happy Friday to you both. The purpose of this video is not to sit there and do no tit for tat high school stuff because I'm peeping a lot right now. And so this is a lesson in a conversation. Not in a conversation, just a reminder of the fact that, people tend to not pay attention to what others are going through. And when people feel rejected, they tend to act out in certain ways. And I appreciate Tiffany for trying to um, be mediator and work things out. But my thing is, I'm not even mad about anything. I'm not upset. But yet, I see that you feel some type of way. And so, the thing for this now, and I'm saying this as women to women, and putting everything on the table. And there's nothing to talk about because once you recognize some stuff, there's nothing else to actually go further with. But to just clear some stuff and remind. So for Lala and for Bar, you guys are both beautiful. You guys are both spiritually gifted. You're wonderful. I want you guys to remember the fact that, even for my practices and things you guys have been introduced to, new things you're seeing, experiencing, we all have our own journeys. And so for me, you guys have seen enough of my world of what I've gone through. So Lala, for you, you have seen, I really am more like cool, bubbly, laid back, crazy as hell, always like doing well. But then I went through this stint this year of had cancer, went through radiation. You have seen me drop weight. The domestic violence issue with my mother, even going to court, being displaced and homeless, being pregnant, and all of this, still trying to keep it together while I still support those around me. And you and I have had conversations to where I said I need space. So the same way I talked to Tante before, or Tay before, I'm talking to you, and I've done this before. And you recognized it, but some people choose not to want to accept things, is that I'm doing self-care time and space. And there's reasons why I kept saying things like all the hints were there the whole time. And I really, it bothers me because as I wasn't even tripping off of all this hanging out, doing whatever else. I'm distancing myself from certain things. But the fact is, you really have a lot of negative energy. You do have a lot of hurt. You do. And you do need to have some spiritual work done on you. And we talked about that stuff. And there's things I've told you, left hints here and there saying about, no, when you find out certain gifts, do not let that stuff consume you. And I see now why Sharif said the things he said, because even if I cut things off with him, he's still a practitioner, I still understand what he's saying because we get that part. But when people tell you some things, listen. When they ask certain things, listen. Because sometimes people see some shit that you don't see. And it's not to sit there and hate or be jealous, but in protection of you. And so what we're going to talk about right now is, I don't know how many different times in so many different ways I said that for colors, he's not for you. Even that first time I went to the candle shop and you pick the candles up, as soon as we set them, like that confirmation came time and time again that even in reviewing the text messages, that man is not for you. He is married. He has 2 kids. And wherever he tells you he's self-centered, because I see you put your heart out there to him, but what is he giving to you? There's no love in trying to find out about your life and actually get into your world. It's one-sided. Even for the night that you talked to him and I was on the phone and had him on speaker, whatever, you're catering to him, but you're catering to somebody who's not want to fuck with you. He's not feeling you. And so even as you poured your heart out and cut him off, that man could not even have the compassion enough to sit there and say, well, you know what? You are a good friend. I apologize. I appreciate you. I'm sorry. But yet you still cannot let go of him. And so as I do certain practices, there's light and dark. And I get a lot of that. I'm getting everything right now. But I ask, why would you want somebody who does not want you? And all the signs have been there. The man, you've known him since high school, reconnected with him, and you slept with this man consistently, and you've seen him maybe a half an hour at the most, but he's never even taken off for even a Happy Meal in over a year. What does it tell you about him? And I say things about be careful what you pray for and how you pray, because the things you're looking for, even if you have your ego and pride, I say set that aside. Because rather than pray to hold on to him and try to keep him under your control, why would you want someone who's not going to sit there and want you naturally? It's not going to end well. And you could do it, but that's something that I did not want to sit there and be a part of. You might try to sit there and support for a little bit, show you some things, but that shit is not for you. And the same thing that dude sitting in a candle shop before is that, if it's meant to be, it'll actually happen and enhance things. But if it's not, it'll be a quick fix, whatever else, but it's not going to work well for you. You have to let it go. And you just can't. And so I'm not controlling you. I'm not going to sit there and tell you what you should do because you are your own being. But I know what I'm not going to be a part of. And that was a disaster. And so everything I said was not to hurt you, but to protect you and also myself. And so I hear from Tiffany, who tried to play Kumbaya and the mediator yesterday. And she's telling me about, I know about the entity in your house. We'll talk about that next too, because there is something in your house. I get that part. We have experienced that all together. No discount on that part. Even though, Ari, I'm going to talk to you next about this too, because we still had to have that conversation. I know what you did. You need to tell your mother, I'm sorry, and own up to what you did too. You put a 50 on it extra, and that was not right because you contributed to your mom having a breakdown. I know what you did. Don't do that anymore. But for Lala, I think that what we're going through now is that, we get to know each other. We're all just passing on through. We're all meant to teach a lesson, to learn something, to be blessed and gain something from experiences. And you treat every encounter as a holy encounter. So either in that person or situation, you find yourself, you lose yourself. And I think we all done a bit of both. And I just learned to let things go. So for Tiffany, I get a call from her yesterday trying to play Kumbaya because I'm not even mad. I'm not tripping, but I guess apparently you feel some type of way because not just that, I let you know from woman to woman, you're cool. I appreciate you. You're still a blessing. I wish the best. And focus on the positive. I said that to you before I dropped you from my page because the energy is too rah-rah. You have a lot of hurt, a lot of anger. And as I'm trying to heal myself, I cannot be surrounded by a lot of shit. I cannot be surrounded by a lot of drama. And it should not be this difficult. And as you even recognized before, even for the day I was supposed to move out, you guys have seen me go through my journey. So homeless temporarily and trying to get myself together. But the day that I rarely complain about anything, I'm always there for you to support you. Because I'm working on Tammy, I meant what I said, that I need space. I need to take a break. So sorry if I'm so quiet. I meant that shit. I said that to everybody. And you just couldn't get it. Even for the day that I had to find a place to go and find that shelter. Because I missed the day before. I could even have that day of peace to focus on me because you were having a breakdown. So it's all about you. I'm sitting here stressed out about you because you're sitting here breaking down in the car and going crazy. And you had a huge part to do with that. And I don't appreciate that. You know what you did. And that was not right. You're learning. You're young. You are gifted. But what you did was not right. And yes, we understand superficial because some things you put a 50 on it. Exaggerated. You added to your mom's. Whatever happened to her, what you did wasn't right. You know what you did. Don't fake some shit. Just one thing to sit there and have gifts, but don't do that shit again. But I could not even have a chance to breathe. So I'm trying to focus on my own shit. You guys realize how much I've gone through this year? And I could not have a moment to breathe. And I get for Lala, even you said, you get the fact that your energy is my energy and vice versa. And you apologize, and I'm cool. It's all cool. So as you know what you're dealing with, my question is, can you be mad if you're not surprised? As I'm telling you, I need space. I'm working on me. I'm telling you to focus on the positive. I'm telling you that this situation is not right for you, and I'm choosing not to engage with it. You're mad at me, even though I told you, communicated with you directly how I'm feeling. So you can't play victim. Because you and I had conversations, Lala. And so where I am right now is that Tammy is healing. Tammy is working on Tammy. Tammy is breaking some bad patterns. So Tammy needs to get away and do a sabbatical, whatever you call it. And I meant that. And every time I turn around, even if you say you're over this dude, Lala, you keep going back to the same situation. And let me say that it all starts with you. And even if you say you have different intentions, you be careful what you pray for and ask for, because shit's not going to end well. And as I see certain things, I'm telling you, and you're still not getting it, I just don't fuck with certain energy like that. So yes, I'm going to distance myself. It's something you're going to have to go on for your own, for that journey, for that part. You told Tiffany that, I guess you felt like I left you behind as far as blessing your house. So I had things I was going to do. And so let's talk about that. So for Ari, so we've all had experiences together. So talking to the candles and making them dance, yes, we're naturals. Do you have visions? Yes, absolutely. Do we have intuition? Absolutely, because you're picking up different entities and things that happen in your house. I get that. I even picked it up even across from the fucking telephone. We saw the door slamming open and close, and I was not touching shit. But Ari, you put a 50 plus on that shit. So I'm going to tell you one thing you don't do. It's one thing to sit there and think about Star Wars. So remember Luke Skywalker, and you have Yoda. So Luke Skywalker knew some shit, but he know everything. You know what I'm saying? Don't sit there and try to exaggerate your gifts. And I did not speak on, I wanted to have a conversation with you in person, Ari. Because what you did was extra. I watched it. I saw the energy. And as you may not be, you do have gifts. But for your mother, what you did to her was add to her having a breakdown and had things amplified. And you should not have done that. Just to make yourself look more gifted. That trance, stop it. I saw the energy and I saw you. And I know that when you have kids, if something were to happen to your child, you sit there and pay very careful attention. So it's easy to get sucked into things, especially as you're trying to get consumed by a new situation. But Ari, what you did was wrong. And so that morning I had to transition to the housing. Your mother is having a breakdown because of what you did and put a 50 on. And I don't like what you did. I'm not mad at you, but you need to come clean about that part. And that's for real. Let things come to you naturally. Don't exaggerate your gifts. You guys are both gifted, but don't do that. And that comes with maturity. And so with that, I distance myself from that too. I still be cool. I'm not mad about nothing. I just peep game, and just certain things I just stay away from. And so what I'm learning now is that, sometimes the word friendship is used too loosely, because for me and Lala, we have a connection. Even me and her, we're cool, I thought. And where feelings come in is the fact that, I'm talking to Lala and letting her know as a woman, I appreciate you. I wish you the best. But I can't do the negativity. You have too much going on. It's just the energy is not cool. Not when I'm going through trying to heal myself. How can I sit there and help you? In fact, I let you guys both know that, for cleansing your house, there was Grant that came by one day. That was one excuse, and that was true. But for I said, you know, you need to get into somebody's church and charge. I don't know what it is. I don't even go to church, but I have to sit there and recharge. And I did that because whatever I'm up against is something about your house. And I know I feel it. I get that part, but there's more to it. You did not tell Tiffany the whole story, Lala. But that's your homie, though. If you're going to sit there and do it, put everything on the fucking table. She didn't know about the whole situation with dude and me burning candles for some dude that does not even want you. I'm trying to tell you in all these different ways. But for what happened with that house, you still have Sharif to fall back on. But I think it hurt your feelings the most, the fact that I got too quiet because I'm working on me. I'm healing me. How can I sit there and heal you or anybody else and do works for you and I'm still going through my own situations? And you guys have seen everything I'm going through, but you fail to understand. So same with Dante for a period. I'm telling you, I'm not okay. I'm telling you, I'm going through situations. I'm telling you, I'm working on myself. So you're not surprised, but then you get mad though. And so I think that, again, I always say the thing about we're passing on through. And I have no hatred against you, no anger, no nothing. You really are a cool chick. But I'm just on a different path. You guys are both gifted. And I really do wish you the best. And nothing but love and light. And nothing ill-mannered. I just know I have to work on me more. I know what I'm compatible with. At least at this time. And for Dante, what I'm finding interesting here too, and nothing that he put on my head, but I'm peeping game here. So the same thing you complained about him being overbearing, and things actually have got a lot better, a lot better. Now the waters are calm. We're getting to work on friendship in addition to being lovers. So the waters have calmed because I'm starting to work on the healing part, so I can open up more now and breathe. But Lala, the same thing you complained about him doing. It's the same thing you want to seek from some dude who does not want you. And I'm not saying that to belittle you, because we all have had that type. We want something that we can't have. But again, what are you praying for? What do you really want? And about being selfish and being self-centered. And so I'm saying this to say that, you know, there's a blessing coming for you. There's a mate waiting for you, but you have to heal yourself. You have a lot of pain in you, child. A lot of pain, a lot of anger, a lot of resentment, and the things you're looking for, you complain about with Dante. You want that from some other dude. I'm not knocking. I'm calling it out. So can you really be mad? So my thing, I'm not doing no messy rah sit down and have a conversation thing. My thing is like, once I said I'm distancing myself, and I made it clear in only some different ways to you, to your daughter, even for Dante, where I'm going through. I'm remixing everything. I'm doing self-care. I'm working on finding myself and taking band-aids off. You guys have seen portions of my journey, so you know. But you're mad because I've been too quiet and distancing myself from you. But you see what I'm going through though, right? That part. So I'm not mad. I have no ill will against you. I meant that part. For Ari, tell your mama the truth. And you guys are both gifted. But, man, you put a 50 on it. And that wasn't even necessary. I never said it before. I want to have a conversation with you one-on-one. It was not the right time. But after this, I'm going to go ahead and block. It takes time for me, and if I see you, I always say what's up. No fakeness. There's no fake here. It's just called setting boundaries. It's called setting boundaries and doing self-care. And everyone has their own way of doing that shit. And everything has a reason and season. And again, I think that I told Tiffany even yesterday, you know, people use the word friend too strongly. And not saying that you're a bad person, because you're not. We're all passing on through. We're going through getting to know each other in this cupcake stage, but you to figure out if it's going to work or not. And long term really is not, because your energy is like too rah-rah for me. It's a lot going on. And how can you sit there and really tell me about my dude? He actually has got a lot better. A lot better. And you're not even qualified because you've never been married, whatever else. Or how can you really say something about that? Just be careful what you pray for and ask for, and just do the right thing and focus on positive. I want the best for both of you guys. You guys have the answers all there in front of you, but it all starts with you. So anyway, much love and light and peace and chicken grease. And I'll block you guys both. Go and take care.